Welcome back to the Online Meeting Survival Guide Part 2, where we are going to go into technical depth with 5 different of the most popular video communication software, including Skype, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and Facebook Messenger. In this video, we will be going over Skype, so let's dig into it. Now, keep in mind that Skype is a consumer-facing product. It actually came out in 2003, and over the years, it took about 8 years for Microsoft to purchase it and start to transform it into Skype for Business. Skype for Business has been kind of phased into Teams at this point. It's still around, but Microsoft Teams is a different animal than Skype. So Skype, the consumer version of Skype, is still available, and we still think it's important to review it because you'll probably be asked to join a Skype meeting at some point. It's good to be familiar with this. So this is part 2, the technical review of the Online Meeting Survival Guide. So, the word Skype itself has become the action word for video chatting, and Skype's ability to connect people all around the world has really made history. So it's really worth reviewing. And Skype for Business, as we mentioned, is really targeted toward professionals, and Skype for Business has been morphed into Microsoft Teams. But today we're going to be looking at, you'll be able to kind of see what Skype offers, and there's some interesting things that are beyond what Facebook, Google, Microsoft Teams, and Zoom have. So Skype has translation. It has a really nice voice calling feature that's well established. It can translate into text up to 60 different languages. And so it's nice to be familiar with Skype and the interface. Now, from a high level, Skype is not part of a larger online workspace. Yes, it's kind of melded into Office 365 in a way, but it's really not part of an online workspace the way that Teams and Google Meet and Facebook's Messenger is in a platform where it's a larger platform. So Skype kind of lives on its own, and it kind of creates its own space. So Skype is not necessarily a public-facing tool. It's further on the private side of things where you can do private calling with small groups. Now, a brief history, Skype was founded in 2003. By 2004, they had 1.5 million downloads and 100,000 concurrent users on Skype. Skype really started to move quickly ever since its beginning. It had its first public release in Mac in August of 2004. eBay actually purchased Skype in 2005. In 2006, Skype launched video calling on Windows. By 2007, it had reached 500 million downloads. And the history just goes on and on to the point where Microsoft buys them in 2011. So really quickly, launched in 2003, purchased by Microsoft in 2011. I see that's actually an error there. It says 2001. It should be 2011. I'm going to quickly change that. Here we go. All right. Going to get the facts correct here. The price is free. Now, there is such thing as Skype credits and subscriptions that are used for phone calling to landlines and cell phones. Your maximum meeting participants on Skype as of 2020 is 100, and there are more obviously available if you upgrade to Microsoft Teams. There's about 300 million users on Skype, but it's worth noting it's not explosively growing because Microsoft really has other options that they're focusing on, but it's still worth looking at because Skype is so iconic in the industry. Yes, you can screen share. Screen sharing does not require payment. I don't know why that is there. I apologize. What it means by require payment there is that is for phone calling. So phone calling does require payment. Instant messaging on the Skype platform has unlimited file transfer sizes, which makes it a really good team sharing tool. So Skype video conferencing launches in 2003. It became the first video solution to see worldwide adoption. Skype featured the ability to host audio and video communications. It started at as many as 25, and Skype's historical significance is really marked by its innovation and user friendliness. Now, Microsoft acquiring Skype in 2011 in the industry, it really led Google to start getting involved as well. And Google rolled out Hangouts in 2013, which is now known as Meet. And we'll talk a little bit about Microsoft versus Google in the coming chapters. Our next chapter will be on Google Meet. And Microsoft kind of taking the best things in Skype and making them into a business platform. But in 2017, with Skype for Business, Microsoft announced that they were going to phase out Skype for Business to replace it with Teams. And you'll get an in-depth review of Teams. It combines the best things from Skype with team-based online communications. But keep in mind, you do have to pay for Teams. It's included in the Office 365 cloud system. So let's take a look at Skype. So the first thing you need to do to get started with Skype is to get a username and password, and you can get that at skype.com. You can log in with your Facebook account, and that will actually populate your contact list immediately with all of your Facebook friends. You can search for contacts right at this little search bar here, and it's quite nice. There's a really great big Skype directory, and lots of people use this. Now, there's a couple different bars here. You have the ability to chat, the ability to call, the ability to look through your contacts, and then the ability to sort through notifications. All of your recent conversations are on the left sidebar here. And then in the center, you have, when you click one of these, you pull up the conversation and have the ability to start a call right away. Now, one of the newer features on Skype is the ability to meet now. So Meet Now is a really great way to just start a meeting that you can send out a link to anyone to. You can also start new chats as well, which generally escalate into video calls. Now, on Skype, when you're in a Skype call, a lot of people like to record the meeting. And again, Skype is totally free. It's really a great service for this. While you're in a Skype meeting, you can click the three little dots at the bottom right and hit Start Recording. Once the meeting is done, the recording will actually be posted inside the conversation with the person you were having, and you can go ahead and click it and download. It will be saved there for 30 days in the cloud. The Meet Now is really great. As soon as you click that Meet Now button, and I'll do that live to show you the interface, it creates a little Meet Now join link, which you can share with anyone. And let's take a look at that now so you can kind of see the interface live. Here is my Skype setup here, and if I click this Meet Now button, it will allow you to create a call. So it creates this little Meet Now button, and it pulls up my camera here. It gives me that link, and then I have the ability to share this invite via copying a link, Skype contacts, Outlook, or even Gmail. So that's a nice way to get going, and then I can start the call there. And now I am in a Skype call. So that really helps. Here's my camera here. I need to fix the focus on that. Not sure what's going on with that camera. There we go. Oh, you know what? I know what's going on. I was wondering what was going on there. This has my background blurred, which is a feature I want to show in a moment, which is the new blur your background feature. So that was on from the last meeting, and be careful with that. If that's on and it doesn't know that you are in the frame, it will actually blur you out. So this is the interface here, and as you can you can really quickly share this link. You can mute yourself, turn your video off and on, chat, start a recording. This would happen once someone is in, and you can adjust your video and audio settings. So there's the microphone, the speakers, and then also this ability to blur the background, which was on by default. That was actually a little bit interesting there. Over here, it opens up the Skype conference call. So it's really a simple, easy way to manage all of your contacts and get started right away. So that's just a quick look at Skype. In the settings, you have the ability to go into all of the different general appearance, calling, messaging, and notification areas. This is where you can really dig down into the notifications specifically so that you can only be notified for the things that you want to be notified for. You know, you can get a lot of notifications coming in, and you might not want to share all of your information, like your location or your birthday. You can decide to keep some of this more private, because by joining Skype, you are entered into the Skype directory. Here's that blur background feature, which is nice if you're working from home and you don't want everyone to see what's behind you. It works really well as long as you are front and center to your webcam. So that is a quick look at Skype. Hopefully you're a little bit more familiar with how Skype looks. Next, we'll go over Google Meet. And this whole process here is outlined in the Online Meeting Survival Guide. We go into a lot more detail in the book, but the online course is meant to familiarize yourself with these applications so that you can become a better online communicator. All right, Google Meet is next.